Peggy 16.
Hi, I'm Paul Sage. I'm the creative director.
I'm Nick Conkle. I'm the lead gameplay designer.
I'm Chris Strauss. I'm the lead UX designer.
So today we're going to be talking about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart, which is crafting. Having a failed attempt at shop class in high school, this is one of the areas where I feel like, hey, this is my fantasy. It's something where I can really stand out and make things for other players and for myself. All right, so here we are looking in the world, and I think it's pretty necessary to upgrade my armor at this point in a little bit. One of the nice things I think about this spot is, not only is it visible on the horizon here, but if you see in your compass there, this is what we call a crafting locale that allows me to create special set items.
And to make set items, you're definitely going to want to collect a variety of ingredients. So you can see you can just pick them up in the world, no big deal, if you happen to come across them, but sometimes they're a little hard to find. And that's where, if you've leveled up enough in crafting, these skill points in Keen Eye are really valuable, and there's a Keen Eye for every type of material you might find in the world, and you can see in the background there. From a certain distance, those special crafting materials will light up such that they're easier to find and harvest.
Again, it doesn't matter if you are a particular type of profession. Anybody can gather any kind of resource node in the world, which I think just makes it more fun.
Yeah, I really like that we try to make it so that as you're exploring, it's just kind of around every nook and cranny.
Anybody can go out and they can collect wood or they can collect these ingredients,
right?
But only the crafters who actually spend points on these things can see them highlighted in the world like that.
You think you've seen them all, but then you look at an area with Keen Eye and you're like, oh man, there are a lot of flowers here to pick up.
All right, this is one of the locations where you craft set pieces in the world, and you can only find it through exploring. So rather than just going to a city or a town to craft your gear, you come to these special places, and it's guarded by tigers.
This is sweet cat-on-cat combat.
Don't kill the cats.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about it that way. Why would you hurt your brother?
But yeah, in addition to just, running around and finding different things you could use for crafting, there's leather you'll come across on different creatures, the different ingredients that you can use depending on what you're trying to craft.
Yeah. And now that we've dispatched our kind of distant relatives, it looks like we are going to go into an alien ruin here to craft these special set pieces.
So you can see that, unlike a normal crafting station that you might find in a city or whatever, any items that you create here have the opportunity to create the Magnus's Gift set bonus. And there's lots of these all throughout the world. You kind of have to explore and find them. And in this case, items that you create have the opportunity to get this special, unique set bonus, in addition to whatever normal customization you want to put on them, which we're sort of looking at here.
This research is actually one of the things I really like about this system. We have traits, which are the innate properties of an item. Traits are things like it's sturdy and whatnot. And here, to actually learn to put a trait on an item, you have to destroy that item that already has that trait, and then over time, you learn how to do that. So you become one of the crafters who can really start to specialize. Say, all the traits on a sword, well then people are going to naturally try to seek you out and buy swords from you.
And in this case right here, there's lots of opportunities in crafting to deconstruct or extract the valuable materials from anything you come across in the world, whether it be something that another player traded to you or that you found via loot or in a treasure chest or something along those lines. Everything you find is going to be useful to you in some way in crafting, if only to just advance your skill more. So the entire world is really integrated into that system.
The idea is really to give you a high level of control. So you're controlling not only the material it's made out of, the level it's made out of, but the look of it, and then of course the innate properties of all the items here.
You can really kind of create some cool stuff here.
In this case, you can choose to make a Khajiit armor that looks like the Khajiit style versus whichever else you might want. In this case, you can make Khajiit because you are a cat, and I think, again, just the thing to emphasize here is you're creating this very custom piece of gear, and in this case, maybe it's a simple one that's just a chess piece.
Oh, nice switch there.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
good. But as you play the game longer and longer, you might find the opportunity to use different styles. And the mechanisms that's accomplished through is via these racial motifs that you find all throughout the world that will teach you a different style of gear that you can make.
So really, it's just like school, where they told you that everything you actually need to learn, you can learn in a book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here you'll actually use what you've learned.
Oh, come on now.
No.
I think it's worth mentioning that you don't find this set in the world. It doesn't drop. only crafters can craft this particular set piece in this particular location in the world.
It really ties the crafting system in with exploration in the world. And there's social elements there too, like, oh man, I found this one ruin you can go to, and there's kind of a legendary station there that lets you make the Magnus's gift set bonus, which is pretty good, and it's a set bonus that was completely unique to crafting. So if you really want a 5% chance to negate the cost of spell, you gotta find a crafter who's willing to go there and make it for you.
Yeah. When you want to improve an item, so when you first create an item, you know, it's going to start out at this quality level, at the lowest quality level, which is white here. And then you'll raise it up to the next quality level, which is fine or green. And to do that, you have to have tempers in the case of blacksmithing. And so here we have a honing stone temper. There's a little bit of a gambling game here. The more tempers you add, the better chance you have to get to the next quality level. But if you don't have those
100%.
tempers, yeah,
That's not much of a gamble, though.
It's not a big risk there.
Yeah, that's
Look.
not much of a gamble at 100%.
yeah,
I invested heavily in Magnus's Curious here.
I don't think it's curious.
Curious,
I
whatever.
think it's
Oh,
much
okay,
more
fine.
fun when you take a little bit of a risk.
And this is really the gambling portion part of the game. This is where you're deciding if you want to try to improve the quality of that item.
Although I
Yeah.
do not.
And by fun, you mean I'm never ever going at something like, say, 45% here, which is the only. Oh, geez. We're out of dwarven oil. We only have a 45% chance to do it.
This is totally a pressure luck moment here.
I
This is
would
the
not do this.
big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy.
Yeah!
Got it in one.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, come on. Yeah.
Did not think that was going to go through. That was risky, but it was worth it.
I live for the buzz. Look how much cooler that looks. So much more stylish.
Right. But look at this.
Compliment your
There
name.
we go. And then when you
Now
start
it's all
to fully
matching?
upgrade, yeah. So I mean, you know, I think the thing to end with is that, you know, crafters are super valuable. They can take the best items in the world to make them better, and they can also make the best gear.
Plus that armor just really makes your eyes pop.
And cats.